it works, And so as your level improves, you just get more combos. You just understand that if you play in certain places, the ball will go certain places.
All right, so I'm here with Jaume. We just played some games, and guys, this was like one of the coolest experiences I've ever had because Jaume is not only like this insanely talented player, but Jaume, like I truly mean it, you're one of the most articulate and intellectual players. Like the way that you were able to teach me like how to serve better, and you gave it in digestible little bits. Guys, if you want to watch what Jaume was teaching me, we'll put a link in the description below. And Jaume right now, he's going to give me some tips and pointers on what he noticed about my play and how I can improve. And I hope you guys will benefit from this as well. Before we get into the thick of it, we'd just like to shout out our sponsor, Hesicor. We'll put that in the description below. And guys, please support Jaume. If you want to use his amazing paddle, we'll put his code, support our man. And let's get into it, Jaume.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So Jaume, lay it on me.
Well, definitely in your game and any general level 5-0s and going further up, what I notice is you guys have very good shots, very good rolls, good resets, drops that of course can be improved a little bit, but they are decent, going to good, but mostly your errors are in positioning, picking spots in the other opponents, getting ready for 2-3 counters, where the ball is going to go if I think here, where are they going to speed up when they are reaching. More specific is like playing chess with your opponent.
Yes.
When I'm playing, I'm trying to be as efficient as possible, trying to not to lose court or space for any ball possible. If I have to back up, I'll come back real quick. You guys wanted to. When I dinked, you made so many steps around. There was so many openings on the court, whether it was in the middle, whether it was on the right side, you guys leaning one side or the other. And that's what is going to make you improve from 5-0 to higher levels, is figuring out the footwork, figuring out where to dink when you are in a bad spot in the court to get the ball to be neutral again and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And also what I was saying earlier in the car ride too is when you guys want to put the ball away, it's not just about hitting the ball in the most obvious space or as hard as you can. It's, you have to pick a spot, whether it's by looking at the opponent right before you hit. That's what I do.
Right.
And seeing if they're waiting with the paddle down, up, backhand or forehand. It will give you more chances to hit a softer ball where the paddle of the opponent is not, than hitting really hard where the paddle is, because the ball will come back.
Yeah.
And you will see more often the higher level you play, it will come back harder and more complicated than when you play lower levels.
Yeah, I felt, and guys, it was probably one of the most frustrating experiences in my life. Like I was about to hit the ball, and before I even hit it, you're like, no. And he perfectly put his paddle where my ball was going. Like you were reading where I was putting the ball. And even though that we hit hard against other players who just can't read that, like it seemed like you're reading my mind, and it wasn't about how hard I could hit, but it was almost like you said, you're like playing chess with me, and I'm like trying to checkmate you, but you're just like, nope. And we'll play that footage.
Never. Ah, come on, eh? No. Oh my God. Come on, give it to me. Oh, no.
I was genuinely mad at you. I was like, dude, Jaume, get the heck out of here. Like, you are being disrespectful, sir. Like, okay. That is so true, though, of having, like, this higher intellect and knowing how to play smarter, not harder. And my question for you, Jaume, is how does one train yourself to be smarter? How do you get better, smarter at pickleball?
Well, definitely for me, it's been a situation of failure and success. I started just like any other person. I wasn't born a pro. I came from tennis, and I had those easier transfers and power and and I understand better the movement, but still I was a 5-0 and I didn't understand where to roll, how to roll, where to ding, why to ding, or reset. And how I did it is, every time that I went to a PPA and I got my ass kicked by top pros, I went and I saw the stream, and I started to see, where are those pros picking? Why am I popping the ball up? Because if I could go to a court right now and dink you 100 times and the 100 dinks will be good. Why, when I go to a match, I'm popping the ball up?
Right.
Because they're making deception on me. They're making me lean one side when they play on the other. They're picking spots. And so what I will do, in Hawaii, we don't have that many pros that I can practice. They are all lower levels, 4-5s, 5-0s.
Shout out Hawaii.
Shout out to Hawaii. Love my people. And I will go to the course and try on them what they were doing on me on the stream. And then my brain will start unlocking, they're doing the same. When I play here, they're also popping the ball in the same place that I was popping out. So that's a combination that it works, and so as your level improves, you just get more combos. You just understand that if you play in certain places, the ball will go certain places. It's not like one mistake that I was doing when I started playing is even singles. Is like I would play a return or something, and I would think the player on the other side could have any choice they wanted, could play the ball anywhere they wanted, and I was a little lost seeing where is that ball going to go. But when you start to understand and analyze yourselves, like when they return here, I can go either here or here. So why would the opponent, if it's not a really, really much better player than you, why would they have more choices than me? Right? So then it's like, okay, so if I put it there, I only need to cover those two because those are the easier for me.
Wow.
And then why would the other player be able to do what I can't do?
Right.
When you are in the same level. Right, obviously, if you think like that against me, and I obviously will have more shots than you, and Ben Jones will have more shots than me.
Sure.
But if I'm playing another tennis player that just started, or that has the same time as me, we will have the same limitations.
Wow.
And they won't be able to roll the ball when it's so far or so low.
Right.
So depending on that, you can adjust yourself on what you do wrong. The other people will do wrong too. So, and you just adjust that and try to beat yourself into the other person, if that makes sense.
That actually explains it perfectly. When I played against you, like it seemed like you were reading my mind. I'm like, okay, how did you know I was going to hit it there? Like, there's no way you could read your paddle that fast.
Because that's what I would do when I was a 5-0.
Wow.
That's exactly the spot that I would pick. And then in PPA, they would put the ball in my mouth. Exactly like that. So now, which now I'm in a better level. When I have that ball, I have more choices.
Right.
Because I see you, and I could go off speed. I could go. You guys attack the same speed. I could go off speed. I could go like sometimes you're like, oh, I was there, but you missed. Because my attack was off speed. It was not fast. You were prepared for the fast one.
You were doing that to me, bro.
Right?
Oh my God, Jaume.
So it's just very interesting. And the better player you find, the more choices you gotta be ready for. Because like they could go anywhere. Like Ben Jones could go anywhere that he wants probably. It doesn't matter where he is. Right? But other players, they won't have that whole spectrum of shots.
Right.
So depending who you play, you're trying to read, okay, this player can attack me here and here. If I give this ball and they can only hit here, might as well give that ball all the time and get ready.
Right. Yeah.
And just wait.
Yeah. To kind of summarize, I mean, you just spit out a gold mine like that. I'm still like, you could probably see my CPU running. I'm like, in order for us to become better intellectually, like this, besides even just technical aspects, it seemed like you had access to your streams as playing against other pros. It seems like watching yourself has a huge dividend, and I could personally attest to this. You guys know my mic'd up series where I film myself playing and I edit them myself. I have improved a significant amount since doing those series because I'm in my editing room, like editing my shots, and I'm learning things like, oh, I didn't know this combo. I'm learning patterns that work, and I'm learning patterns that don't work, and it's to some small Jaume degree, it's like almost unlocked this new level of pickleball.
Yeah.
So I guess to everyone watching, like if you want to level up your chess and your mind game of pickleball, we would highly recommend throwing up an iPhone, try to record some games so you see how you look, see what's working and not.
Also, something very important that a lot of people that I see that they record themselves, they do that mistake, is they will watch the good points. They will watch.
That's me, bro. That's me.
the points that they think they're good,
Yes.
and then they'll be like, "Oh, now it's a shitty point," and you skip it.
Yeah.
My recommendation is watch the shitty points.
Wow.
Not the
Yep.
good points.
Yep.
Like when I do it myself, I have very good matches in streams that I don't need to watch. I remember because it was good.
Yeah.
Now the ones that are painful to watch is the ones that got my ass kicked.
Yeah.
But those are the ones that teach you the most.
Oh my God, you're
Because
speaking truth.
they picked your game as much as possible.
Yeah. I have goosebumps
And
right
you
now.
failed because of a reason. And if you don't find that,
Yeah.
if you're not the guy that's gonna watch you yourself fail,
Right.
then you're not gonna improve.
Wow.
Because
I have chills
why
right
could you
now.
watch what you're doing good?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You're not gonna learn anything. You're like, okay, I did good, cool.
Yeah.
But if you watch yourself fail, it's like, dang, I popped that ball when they stretched me here because I was 2 steps too much on the right.
Yeah.
Or because I tried to attack a ball and I was like so far ahead. But that's what you need to know.
Yes, I mean, I 100% agree. Ever since I started doing my mic'd up series, where instead of posting like highlight points of me looking cool, I'm posting every single game, good, the bad, the whole game, and I had to do a pride check because I'm like, okay, 10,000 people are gonna watch me lose this game, but it actually made me a better player, like you exactly said. It was learning from my failures, learning from my mistakes. And as you guys know, I've been getting more into strength training and bodybuilding, and something I've been learning in that realm is if you want to grow, you have to train to failure.
When I've been on my journey of improving as fast as I can, I pick a certain skill that I wanna train, or a certain skill that I used to fail, and I'll practice that with intensity for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'll quit that. That's it.
Whoa.
And I'll focus one thing at a time. I'll play some points after, but
Sure.
but when you play points, it's not reinforcing what you're trying to learn.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
won't practice like, unless I'm playing just points, I won't practice for 2-3 hours.
Right.
For no reason.
Right.
I'll practice 40 minutes, drill whatever shot I wanted with whoever I can. And then if I play points after, I will focus on that one shot, that one day.
Yeah.
Just that's it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a believer that your brain can only keep so much information at once.
Oof.
And
Yep.
so whether it's a backhand roll, whether it's a reset, that's what I will do that day, 40 minutes as non-stop. And then when I go to a match, I will either drop every single third until I'm tired of dropping. I won't drive one, or if I'm practicing my drive, I'll drive every single third for the points that I'm playing, or I'll crash, but I will do that certain days rather than spreading like the whole week playing every day 5 hours for no reason. I'm not going to get better like that. You'll get better if you practice 2 days good and you focus on what you were doing wrong.
Whoa.
That's where your level is going to go up.
Dude, that needs a fist bump. That hit home right here. I respect the heck out of that. That's so badass. Like, excuse my language, but I really like that mindset. Like, that's, guys, if you're listening and you want to train like a pro, like, this is like, he's spitting out gold right here. I really respect that. I'm so happy we did this, Jaume. I'm so glad I got to meet you.
It's my pleasure. My
Yeah.
pleasure doing this.
Yeah,
Hopefully we get to do it more times.
Let's do it.
go.
Yeah. So
Here we go.
guys, thanks so much for tuning in. If you want to watch all our other content, linked below. Make sure you go support Jaume, grab his paddle, use his code, get a Hexacore grip, and start training like a pro. You don't have to be grinding it out every day, like Jaume said. Like, let's be smart about it, So thanks for hopping on here, Jaume.
Thank you so much.
Let's get some good night rest.
Hopefully we can get a lot of 5-0s to get 6-0s and help much more people. I love it.
Let's do it.